I'm going to make the videos for week number 13 running off the schedule to start each one of them so that you're going to the same place I am to start the information. Places that are highlighted in bright blue right now are places I'm actually going to be posting the links to videos, and a couple of other things. So once you're watching it, this could look a little bit different on your end. And I'm saving the bright yellow sections that are in here for where I add notes. You might have noticed some of the time once we're inside of a week that I put little things in and then I'll add a note. If you're looking at a future week on the schedule, you might see me leaving a note actually for myself. There might even be some down here. Yeah, like telling me what to add and whatnot. So if you're working ahead or looking ahead, those notes are for me to me. All right, so I'm going to start here at the top, part 1. This is the video I'm making right now, part 1, lecture 1 on research help. And I'm going to open the link that I have right here that says research help. And some of this information we have already gone over because it was part of week 12 when you started doing your research. To keep everything in one page and clean and neat and organized, and also for use in my future classes. I am leaving the stuff you've already seen on the page, but I'm going to go ahead and skip past the top part because you should have probably been here already to the articles tab. I do recommend, if you're having a little bit of trouble, that you might check out this 1-minute video on finding articles. That might be helpful for you. And so you'd click here to watch that. I also have a link to the list of databases here that's also underneath the search bar in the library if you look inside the image right here. But you can go places other than the articles search tab. I think it's the easiest because it combs through a lot of different databases, but I will alert you to the presence of the list of databases because what if you find something when you're doing the article search and then you want to explore inside of one specific journal a little bit more? You might go into the databases to get to that, or you could even there's a place where you can get to the list of journals to find them. So there's a lot of clicking around, and that's one of the reasons I say if you get stuck, go to the live chat with the library. You can also try a couple other places here, Academic Search Complete or the EBSCO host, if you don't have success with your articles tab right here. So here's a pro tip for you. Once you find an article you like, sometimes the way that the articles are online will let you click inside of an article to go to another article. So if you go to the reference page and there's live links, you get lucky. Sometimes they're also off to the side. So look around at what you have available and you might be able to find other sources just by clicking around inside one if you find one that you really like. As far as citation builders go, I mentioned this last week that citation builders can sometimes give you bad information. One of the big things going on right now is that we are in between APA 6 and 7. We're transitioning to APA 7. So many of these citation builders, including the one I have linked here from our library, is still in APA 6. So if you needed to make minor changes to what the citation builder makes for you, that's fine. I am not going to be going crazy saying, oh, that's APA 6, I'm going to take off all kinds of points. No, to me, that's ridiculous. That's not what I'm looking for. I'll point it out to you if I catch something. My main concern is that we're learning this process together and that it's as accurate as possible. So you would click here on this app and you would go here and then you can actually use the citation builder recommended from the ODU librarians. If you want more advanced searching, I highly recommend that you watch this video down here. What I love about this video, it's made by our librarians and it's really good, is it talks to you about how to use different search terms. And most students I know do not know this information. I'm going to use the library's research guide video on this rather than make one on my own, because theirs is better. This is what they do exclusively for their job. It's part of my job. They are the pros. So go check out their video if you're looking for ways to improve your search if you are struggling. And then here's the direct link again to where that chat is. I'm going to head back over to the schedule now. That was the first part of the research help. The next part I'm going to talk about is in your assignment. Let's see if I've got it. All right, I need to pull up the assignment. So I'm going to click here on assignment document, have that coming up on my screen. So for week number 13, I'm going to scroll down, get past all the stuff at the front. I know that you're doing the same thing. I get to week number 13. Here it is. This is when you're doing your second article and your third article. So that's your second and your third annotation. The third source may not be an academic article. So you have the option for your third source to do something other than an academic article. And depending on your topic, it might be something that you really want and need. So let's say, for example, that you were doing let's say your topic was on ODU attendance. Well, I'll do that one first because it's one of the sample ones. And you wanted to say that ODU should have a consistent policy that does not require attendance. I'll tell you too that what I'm about to tell you would work the same exact way if your topic was that ODU should have a consistent policy that does require attendance. Either way, one of the things that I would think that you should have is ODU's own recommendations about attending class. So if you went to ODU, to their website, I'll actually try it just through Google, and I'm going to go like ODU attendance policy. Let's try that and see what that says. So I'm going to kind of look, this one looks good right here. Attendance consideration guidelines. And then it looks like there's another one on absences. So, and student policies. I might want to explore these links, but I'm going to go with this top one right here because it seems to me like it might be something useful. And let's see, there's some guidelines on here. Yeah, these look pretty good. So let me go see what the other ones are. Absences. Oh yeah, this has to do with extended absences. So this might actually be useful. And then there's like, ooh, policies and student responsibilities. This is for the online classes. Well, this could be interesting for this semester, right? So all these are possible non-scholarly sources that would work really well if your topic had to do with ODU attendance. Let's say your topic had to do with something happening right now with the crisis, and you wanted to write about online education and like the quality of online education or something like that. And you're doing research on best practices for online education. Then one of the things that could be a potential ODU source would be some of those emails and things that they have sent out and how confusing they are. Like the one that first came out on pass fail, that email was crazy. The one that had the chart in it. And literally the next day, they put the policy on their website. I think it was the registrar's office, and it was like written 10 times better. So it's like they fixed it. But that first one that went out shouldn't have gone out the way it did, right? So that would be a non-academic source that would support your argument if you were writing about the quality of online education. Other things that count are YouTube, Twitter, TED Talks, etc. So if you're struggling with how to cite these things, you would click here. See this website with missing info that I popped in as a link. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And this is taking me directly to a page that's inside the APA style blog. The American Psychological Association runs the citation rules for APA. And they have a page dedicated to what happens when you're doing a website that has no author year or page number. And this whole page right here is dedicated to going through that. And you see it's not that long to do it. And then they have some samples down here of how that would be done, like this. Of course, you could also look at in the sample papers, there's some like that. Or you could also go over here and go, okay, APA 7 website citation with no, look, there, it's popping up, right? Dun, dun, dun. There you go. So Googling will get you there. Excuse my voice cutting in and out. I'm having allergies for the first time in my life, which is not fun. I'm sure many of you can relate. Okay, so we've got those sources there. And the other thing is I was just inside the APA blog, but I linked to their main page. So I'm going to hop here. And the thing that, oh, this is new. Free access to the publication manual and other resources. Whoa. That's awesome. You can actually use the manual instead of buying it. That's cool. I wouldn't do this stuff, what's new. I would just look, if you want to look something up in here, you can. Since they made it free, I think that's pretty awesome. But I've already done the what's new. I might look at this. You don't need to. Let's say I wanted to figure out how to cite a tweet. I would put that in there because the manual often doesn't have things that are non-academic done. It doesn't do it well in the manual. So I'm going to recommend you go over to the blog if you end up with a source that you don't know how to cite and type it in. And it should help you do it. Like here's Twitter, YouTube, probably helps if you spell it right. I was already testing these in here earlier. TED Talk shows up. Okay, so that's how you would look up things that aren't easy to find. That's the end of part 1, lecture 1 on research help. I hope that that helps you with your process as you're moving forward with your work in your research and writing your annotations.